I'm back with another video. Like, share, and subscribe this video. So today I'm here to tell you all why I went vegan, how I went vegan, and just a few tips on what to eat while you're vegan. What do vegans eat? And no, it's not just grass. What can we not eat? And so I'll just give you the definition of a vegan first. Vegans don't eat land food. So they don't eat seafood either, but they don't eat any type of meat, any type of dairy. There are some vegans that eat seafood. Some people call them a pescatarian, but pescatarians often eat dairy. And so I guess you can just be a vegan that eats seafood. So outside of that, I became a vegan because for health reasons. So originally, I had very bad acne. I worked out a lot, but I wasn't losing the weight I wanted to lose. I was looking at my parents' health history and what they were going through, and I realized that a lot of the reason our bodies break down is because of what we put into them, because the body is a highly intelligent organ. It knows exactly what to do without you telling it what to do. And so when your body isn't functioning the way it's supposed to, then there's something that you're not doing to it, not giving it, or something blocking its functioning process. So what I did to become vegan, because originally it wasn't to become vegan. I tried to be vegan for 2 years and it didn't happen. But what I ended up doing was fasting. And so I fasted for 14 days. Now my first 3 days, I fasted with just water. My first 3 days I fasted with just water. And so I nearly died in those 3 days. I'm gonna be honest, it was not easy. I had terrible migraines, but on the 3rd day, I was like, I have to get out of this house because I was at home. And so if you are going to fast and you have a job, that is going to be hard. I did this and I was not working. I was not going to school. I was just at home. So that made it easier. I was dying at home, but I ended up, my 3rd day of fasting, I decided like I need to get up and I need to go to the gym. And this is actually what boosted me into where I am today. So the 3rd day, I was having terrible migraines, ended up going to the gym, worked out, and I realized working out alleviated my migraines a little bit. Ended up coming home, I felt the migraines coming back, and so moving when you're fasting is very important. So day 4 to 14, I ate water. Day 4 to day 14, I ate almonds and drank water. In those 14 days, I lost about 5 to 6 pounds. And really my fast it was a physical fast, but it was a spiritual fast. And I wanted to be in control of my flesh and what I put into my body. That was very important to me. Prior to me deciding to fast, I had made some oxtails. Oxtails were good. Well, after I did that, I made them Friday, probably Sunday, boom, my face breaks out really bad. And I realized I don't eat a lot of beef, but I do know that they're putting a lot of different hormones in the meats these days. So after eating it, I was bloated, my face broke out. My dermatologist told me that I was suffering from cystic acne and it could have come from anywhere. And so I'm one of those people who like to backtrack and say, okay, what did I do different? And since I had never made oxtails before and that was my first time, I blamed it on that. So I decided, okay, I'm just gonna change what I do, period. So I started with a fast. And the reason I started with a fast, because normally it cuts once your cravings are cut for so long and you go back into certain foods, you're not necessarily craving that food or any food for that matter, because eventually your body becomes stronger and you don't want certain things. So day 4 to 14, I drank water, ate almonds, and after that I ended up going back into regular food, solid foods, but I decided I'm gonna try this vegan thing and I don't want any meat. In those 14 days, my face started to clear up a little bit. I lost a lot of weight, and because I had lost so much weight, that was another thing that I loved, because I was working out in those 14 days and I actually started to see results. So when I started to see results and on account of my diet, I was like, okay, I'm gonna slowly bring things back into my diet, but I do want it to all be healthy. And so a few things that I do now as far as where I am. So I started my journey. I started my 14-day journey. That was in April. We are now coming into October, and I'll be at month 6 of being a vegan, and I totally love it. I do not regret my decision. I do not crave meat, and I will tell you exactly what you can do if you're deciding to go vegan, on how to still keep that flavor in your food so that you still feel like you're getting soul food. So with being vegan, you have to know your substitutes. You don't drink meat. I don't drink milk, I don't eat cheese. They do have a vegan cheese, and it's basically made out of either cashews, almonds, but it's nut based. Your milks will be the same things. Those are the substitutes. So if you decide you want to bake and you can't use milk and you can't use eggs, they do have substitutes for that, vegan substitutes for those things. I do make salads, and when I'm eating salads, they do have a vegan ranch. Vinaigrette is more of the way that I go, but I do know they have a vegan ranch as well. With being vegan, you have to have your raw food as well as your cooked food. That is very important. You cannot live, you can live on raw food alone, but just so that you feel filled, and because I work out a lot, having a balance of cooked food and raw food is very important. So you have your plant-based food, and everybody knows how to make a salad. Everybody knows how to go and buy raw broccoli and all of those other things, but the part that everyone's concerned about is the cooked food. So it's like, what do you eat for cooked food? So proteins, you have red beans, you have black beans, you have pinto beans, most lentils, most beans period are good. Then you also have your potatoes. I love potatoes. Sweet potatoes are healthier, but I love potatoes, and so you don't want to eat too many potatoes. If you're going to eat potatoes, let it be 2 to 3 times a week. No more than what can fit in your hand. And also make sure you're working out that day, because you don't want to store too many carbohydrates. Is not good. And as a vegan, that's something that we intake a lot. And so you want to make sure that the carbohydrates you're taking in are giving you energy, and they're not weighing you down. So red potatoes are awesome. Sweet potatoes are magnificent, and you don't have to limit yourself with sweet potatoes. You just have to portion your sweet potatoes. I eat jasmine rice and brown rice. Don't let anybody tell you that white rice is the devil, because it's not completely the devil. So you have your beans, you have your rice, and then healthy fats. You want to put a lot of healthy fats in your body, and so almonds are a good healthy fat, avocado are a good healthy fat, and you can Google all of this. Trust me, Google is very helpful. It's very helpful for me. I'm still learning on this journey, so I do not know everything, but if you do have any questions for me, I will happily answer them. For energy, it is very important that vegans have B12, and so if you're not eating meat and you're not eating seafood, that B12 has to come from somewhere, because B12 is your energy. And so you can go to, I go to Whole Foods, but you can go to Whole Foods, any vitamin store, Amazon, order it offline, and get B12. You drop about 2 drops under your tongue and you're good to go. Make sure you're eating fruit. If you have so I have a sugar craving, and I love to snack. Watermelon, bananas. Watermelon is going out of season. But watermelon, bananas, strawberries and apples are all awesome. Apples are good for if you get like bloating and gas. Your strawberries have great antioxidants. Of course, your bananas have potassium. Your watermelon has, it's 90% water. So you're getting everything you need. There's more fruits and vegetables that you can eat, but you have to do what works for your body, and I do what works for mine. So if you have any questions, you are welcome to message me on any of my social media sites. They will be here on the screen below. Or you can happily drop a comment below and I'll answer any questions that you may have.